I'm sure you've already looked for a podcast about Harry Potter everywhere.
But not in the reserved session.
But Diego, wasn't reserved session just the room of requirement?
The room of requirement was occupied, so we went to the reserved session from the library. Everything was peaceful.
So everything's all right then?
And what about Dumbledore, huh?
What was he doing at the beach?
Buying a caipirinha?
Option A.
Option 2. Lemon ice cream at those nearby kiosks.
Look, the fried cheese.
I believe one of the most common questions, I would say that since the beginning of time, this has been one of the most frequently asked questions by people. What was Dumbledore doing on the beach? And now we have to record a podcast about it here.
Since the beginning of time, the news came out yesterday.
I like hyperboles.
It literally came out yesterday.
But we asked ourselves that,
Yes. And then,
what's the answer? Today we're going to talk about that because we decided it was worth an episode for this.
an episode just about it. Because that's how we woke up, and then, as expected, we know there will be some filming outside. We know there might be something extra happening, but we didn't expect to see a Dumbledore in costume.
No offense to the Dursleys, but their photos.
Everything against the Dursleys.
We can't wake up at 8:30, 9 in the morning to post photos of the Dursleys. No problem. We can use the discarded ones.
It was on the schedule.
It was scheduled. There's our chance to go today. They were filming in this village of Cagwith, which is in Cornwall, scenes of the Dursleys. We knew they'd film there, and we're following it. We saw the Dursleys film a dramatic car scene there with Walter holding a rifle.
Yeah, cool. Let's
Explain that scene too.
discuss every detail.
Details. A compilation of outdoor footage, since there's much to discuss. We've been freaking out here since yesterday, dying to talk about it because the fans are... He pursues possibilities, which seems far-fetched to me.
So I see a lot of comments, and I think, man, people really go far with this, right? It's wild, but that's what makes it cool. I like it. I like seeing that because you can see that people's minds are blooming,
The mind goes far. I saw someone comment that they're filming Dumbledore's scenes from other seasons ahead of time because the actor is elderly. You can't.
They're saving money. Has the guy already...
And More by John Lithgow keeps going, man.
Keeps going. No. We're already going to film all his scenes from every season, just in case this old guy dies.
John Lithgow's never going to work that much.
Richard Harris already left us.
No, guys, that's too much, right?
Calm down. Let's go.
Today, when we talk about the Philosopher's Stone, Nicholas Flamel, it wasn't just Dumbledore who leaked it.
Nicolas Flamel is 600 years old and still working. What do you think about that?
Yeah, Nicholas Flamel and his wife, Perenelle Flamel, showed up along with Dumbledore in the footage. A compilation of everything. I believe we've reached a consensus here about what the scene is about. And they filmed in two places, there in Cadgwith, in the village where the doors recorded. Since we're renting the whole village, let's
take advantage of another spot.
Enjoy the scenery. Because from one side, there's this part they filmed, which is exactly this village of Cadgwith, which is a fishing village, everything. So they filmed and recorded that scene of the doors arriving on the island, right? From the rock cabin and Walter buying the rifle. On the island's other side is a wonderful spot called Kynan's Cave or Cove.
Yeah, it's Cove.
What a beautiful, wonderful landscape, yeah.
Beautiful. It's very pretty.
And, well, it's worth analyzing what happened there.
I think so too, Diego. I think so too. And I think that, we're in a great moment to be a fan. Because yesterday I went crazy. I lost my mind.
So excited.
Man, I went crazy. You know why? Diego, I love the possibility of exploring the story, beyond the story itself. Man, in the book, we have it like this. For example, Dumbledore talked to Nicholas Flamel. Oh, I had a conversation with my friend Nicholas Flamel. That's it. That's all we know. That's right. But the series will show how it happened. The series will show that. That's amazing. It's so much. I don't get how anyone can look at this and say, they're already making things up, right? No, they're not.
It's possible. And another thing, the first book is called Philosopher's Stone. Nicolas Flamel, the Philosopher's Stone, is an essential part of the story in the first book for several and multiple reasons.
Exactly.
And we have to understand that Nicolas Flamel is behind the Philosopher's Stone. And having the character there and showing this friendship, because Dumbledore has known Nicolas Flamel for ages, for a very long time, to show their close friendship, especially at the story's end, when we understand.
Wow.
what will happen with Nicolas Flamel and this conversation we're speculating about, what they're going to talk about. It's going to be really emotional. It was a genius idea to put that in the script.
Yeah, it was brilliant, man. It was brilliant. But let's put it in context. We've just been letting things out, because we're excited. But, okay, the first images of the day were the Dursleys, right?
We gotta see Walter, Petunia, Duda, and Harry, who, in that scene, was being played by the stunt double. That's right, Dominique. For some reason.
He'd been promoting his movie The New Girl the day before. I think it gets exhausting.
Maybe that's...
Cadgwith, it's far. It's 500 kilometers. I saw it from Lisbeth's studio.
Yeah, so maybe. I mean, they use stunt doubles for a lot of reasons, right? Uh-huh. That's where it starts. It's not just for dangerous scenes. They use stunt doubles to save time, to save themselves.
Camera work. Exactly. Sometimes you return to the studio to reshoot, or they put Dominique's face on the actor.
Exactly. I even think they won't even bother going through all that trouble, like putting the actor's face on. I think they'll use more close-ups.
So that his face doesn't show up?
Like Harry, Dominique, at the car window right there. Then they just film him, you know? That's easy to do.
But anyway, there was this group of characters.
And I don't know if you noticed that they said in the news that they were at the Cornwall Cove Inn.
Oh, which is like a little hotel, right?
So, do you think that's the hotel where they stay before going to the cabin?
Because we have to remember in the book, right? In the movie, that part was cut. We have the Dursleys going.
Explosion of letters to the cabin in the middle of the sea. How did they get there? Nobody knows. Well,
Yeah,
how that happened, nobody knows. In the book, of course, those who read it know, obviously. Those who know the story from the books know. That's how they stop, before they leave home and go to a hotel. That's it. Then, at the hotel, Harry gets letters.
yeah, the guy delivers them there. The hotel receptionist comes. Hey, there are 100 letters at the front desk. Here for you, sir.
For Mr. Harry Potter and Walter, I get the letters. I don't know if this will actually be the hotel where they're going to film. Or if, it is.
Or if it's already part of the island, or if that's already... Let me check.
Let's do a little research. What was the name?
Cornwall or Cadgwith? Cornwall,
No, Cornwall Cove Inn.
which is a little hotel there, right? Let's...
Look at its pictures here. It's a little hotel. Look, there's Cadgwith Cove. See? The time.
Some little hotels there.
See? It's kind of seaside too, see? Oh, cool, because everything there is kind of by the sea. That's a hillside, right? So,
The main focus of this scene they filmed seemed to be on Walter. Getting that rifle he uses. Later, Hagrid arrives at the hut on the rock and nots the rifle in the book. In the movie, he simply points it upward. The focus was there. Walter, desperate, gets out of the car in the rain. In fact, the crew put fake rain on the set. Walter was also soaked for him. He gets out of the car, grabs this rifle wrapped in beige paper, and hugs this man who seemed to be a local from the island. Then we see he has to return to the car. But after that, where do they go? Do they check into the hotel, go straight there? Or is the house on this island?
No, the rifle is after the hotel. The rifle is after the hotel. Wanna see? Look.
Let's see. They'd already checked in.
Look, Uncle. Walter came back smiling.
he carried a long, thin package and ignored Aunt Petunia when she asked what he bought. That's the scene. You see that they're following like he was carrying a long, thin package, and it's wrapped up like that. Visually, you can see it's a weapon, you can tell. Yeah, but do you see that they're even following that?
That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's really cool. It's really cool. And then, from here, they go to the shack. You can really see Walter's desperation, and the actor is great.
He's great. He's great. You see him hugging the guy, and
A complete stranger.
Walter's desperation is obvious and really sad, especially from the side. It goes to the comedic side. Exactly. No way. The guy's desperate and freaking out. He's lost it.
And he thinks what he's doing is super wow, I'm throwing them off,
Wow. I thought it was really funny. I think the faces and expressions of this actor, I already thought in those scenes he did with the donut and everything, amazing. This guy is going to do really well. And Petunia, did you see her look? It's kind of like Lady Diana, right?
I thought her look was really something, like wow.
All in pink, madame.
Very, madame. You know?
I want to see how they'll explore it since I don't want it to become too caricatured. I don't think it will. Petunia will have her moments in the books, you know. We'll learn more about her, everything.
More dramatic.
More dramatic, so I hope she doesn't become too much of a caricature. But really, they're both caricatures.
They are, man. They are.
They fake an image.
They are very caricatured. They really are.
The idea is to be caricatured.
Exactly, because they live behind a facade.
They live behind a facade.
Yeah, and it was really funny because those photos were coming out yesterday. What time was that? I think it was around 8:30 in the morning, right? Around 8, 9 in the morning, okay? I was getting ready to record reels, to post some stuff, and Kako was already recording his things over there, right? Man, I'm telling you this because it's funny. Kako is always recording reels there. Suddenly my WhatsApp...
No, I was recording, it was YouTube. I think you were recording YouTube.
From the Dursleys.
It's just that I record both at once. I record it all at once, and then I was there.
Man, talking about the Dursleys, then I mentioned Thiago. Kako from heaven.
Dumbledore, I kind of...
Dumbledore. I went on Twitter to find more Dursley's pictures, but instead I randomly saw a photo of Dumbledore on a beach. I said, I don't know, I guess I haven't woken up yet? No.
It's artificial intelligence. It's artificial intelligence for sure.
Just like I said, that's fake. It's not artificial intelligence, right? In the past,
That's fake. Photoshop, that's it. Oh.
That's Photoshop. I said, with respect, Dumbledore being on a beach doesn't make sense. And we knew they were going to film there in Cornwall, that place. But we didn't know that Dumbledore would be there. It was the last thing I would have imagined.
It was the last. My focus was totally on the Dursleys. Totally on the boat scene. Because, you see, there's Walter hugging the fisherman. Because he gets the boat. And his level of desperation is so high that he's all touchy, And then he hugs a complete stranger because he's desperate. He wants to get out of there.
Nobody understands anything. Nobody understands anything, right?
And then they go to this shack, really run down in the middle of a rocky area, right? And then we're going to see this scene, probably because there were some little boats there.
All right, it's a fishing village, so of course there are boats, right? It's already part of the natural scenery there.
They started making things up a lot.
But I think there will definitely be that part, for sure.
Because if...
There he is hugging the guy, right?
It doesn't even make sense. Well, in July, I think about 2 weeks before filming started, they were capturing a drone footage of a place there in France.
Yes, there's a lighthouse.
Which is a lighthouse, which is probably the place where the Dursleys will be staying. Now, I wonder if the shack, the cabin where they'll be staying, is actually on this island. Because they went in with the car. Or are they just going to
leave
by car and keep trying to catch a little boat to get to this island?
Yeah, I think it's farther. It's not on that island since that one has some houses, but it's much more isolated. What will they do? The car will just stay on that slope. They're going to leave the car there and take the little boat to go to that rock to make the house more isolated.
But look, I think that lighthouse wasn't used for Harry Potter. I think it was for House of the Dragon.
Do you really think so?
I think so.
Man, it really looked like the lighthouse from the first movie.
Yeah, I think so.
There's no lighthouse in the movie, just the shack.
Yeah, not a lighthouse, right? An island?
A small island, yeah.
Could be. So, I know that the indoor scenes will be in the studio. Yeah, it's indoors, those indoor things. That's how the guys open the door and enter a certain place. It's already in the studio.
Exactly. It's more...
Easier, more practical, yeah.
No, and you can...
Decorate it however you want, right?
Exactly. You can do whatever you want. You can use it however you want. If you need to build, destroy, or change things.
Feel free.
Exactly. Plus, imagine the noise if you tried recording on a small island in the sea. No way, right?
You're crazy.
No space for a crew or anything else.
I saw it in the Dursleys' living room with director Mark Mylod present.
Director.
And Adriano Goldman. He was there too. Because man, what wouldn't I do? To follow the daily life of a production series like that? Every day, unpaid and for free, just to watch. I only wanted to watch. Because they get a call sheet at the start of every day, which shows the scenes that will be filmed, the time the actor needs to be on set, the time he needs to be there. In the makeup department, the guy comes out ready and he already has all the scenes he's going to shoot that day. Watching up close and getting that chance?
Just to see. That's it, man. Wow. It must be amazing.
No, you're there every day, just as an observer. It must
be really amazing, man. No, I mean, I also wish I could be a little fly, just watching everything.
I really wouldn't even need anything. I wouldn't even need to get paid. I wouldn't need anything. Just being there would be amazing, man. Yeah, after those scenes. Oh, there was also Duda's stunt double. We saw that, right? Duda's stunt double around there.
Duda's wearing a 90s jacket again and sneakers.
Yeah, Walter's car looked different.
And I'm only answering this because, just a reminder, guys.
Some things might seem really obvious to some people, but not to others. So, just so everyone understands,
The scene where Walter appears with a green car takes place in 1981. This scene where he's with a burgundy red car is from 1991.
so we have a 10-year jump, right? So it's already a more modern car for that time.
It was a new car, right? Remember in the zoo scene, Walter says Petunia suggests, "We can leave Harry in the car." He replies, "No, the car is new."
Wow, you remember things that really surprise me. I don't remember, no, but it's... Actually, in the last episode, people said Diego needs to reread the books. Really? Guys, not just... They didn't say it... No, not in a teasing way, more like... And it's not just me, you know, because we post things and that really happens, man.
But it's just that I reread Philosopher's Stone very recently, so that's why it's fresher in my memory.
But this thing about the new car, for example, is a detail that...
Yeah, so he says that about,
Because, like, they're really cruel, right?
with Harry, they're really cruel. The movies don't even come close to showing how cruel they are to Harry. In the series, it'll be cool to see that. For context, that's what happened with the car, and why they're different cars.
Because Walter, even if you look at how he's portrayed, already he's a little bit older. People might ask if Walter is skinny, but in the books he's actually described as burly. No, someone who's very overweight, right? That's all.
Burly. It can.
Be really tall, really strong, or I don't know, just big boned, yeah.
The original uses the phrase beef man, which might be...
A man who likes animals.
Exactly, it's the beef guy. He appears with a small piece of meat saying, "Hello, eat me."
Beefman?
Beef man.
He's a superhero, but that's it.
It's like, it can be used for a fat person. It can.
It's about context. It's 10 years later. This scene is July 30th, 1991, because it's about to be midnight, Harry's birthday. That's July 31st, the day Harry goes to Diagon Alley with Hargood. It's helpful to give context, but it's been 10 years.
That's why the car is different. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this scene happen.
Because, man, every time I read Harry Potter, I always imagined this scene happening. And it's going to be a gift to be able to see.
The one with the cabin or the rock?
It's kind of like going there. With the little boat. This thing about bringing the rifle.
Him, desperately fleeing the letters, right?
The series is cool. It'll show what happens in between, right? Is it cool? Okay, Duda says Dad went crazy. And then we cut straight to a storm with the cabin. You don't see how they get there. The series will have time, so it's going to show everything that happens for them to get there. It's good to answer these questions. You bring a little more depth to the story. Everything gets richer. I like it.
More realistic.
And realistic. That's one of director Mark Mylod's ideas. It has to feel real. You have to get off the streets of London. And you'll find that's one of the coolest things about Harry Potter. When we go to London, right? You went to. It's a King's Cross thing. It's something. You're there and you say, man, this is from Harry Potter.
Do you know what feeling they want to convey? I feel like it's something like, that's exactly how it works. These worlds coexist. They exist in the same place. The wizarding world isn't a separate dimension. The wizarding world is here. It's right before our eyes. Magic happens here. Did you get it? Yes. So that brings this reality, you know? Like this feeling that there are wizards living among us, hiding.
Harry Potter really captures the imagination in that sense, so precisely because it's the mix of fiction with the real world. Walking down the street, you sense a detail could appear at any moment. A small wall you bump into to reach the Ministry of Magic, or a phone booth where dialing a number takes you there. Man, that's really cool.
It's really cool. It's really good. Man,
When I went, it was the first time, right, that I went to London. I visited the places, some of the filming locations. I couldn't visit all of them, unfortunately, because the schedule was super tight.
But, like, in the area of Scotland Place, which is where...
The Ministry of Magic?
The Ministry of Magic. Saying it out loud feels surreal. Man, the Ministry of Magic is down here. It's so cool. Like, I know they're down here, you know? Because...
I just can't get there because I'm a muggle.
Yeah, so it's a real place, you know? Like, That's really cool, man.
It's awesome. It's really awesome. Yeah.
Really cool.
These moments that the series is going to show, it appears in every season, not just the first, which is cool. And it's one of the most important scenes of the season when Harry finds out he's a wizard, and it happens in this hut. And it's a moment that we had even speculated about that we believe will end the first episode. Yeah.
Man, I have a feeling that they're
really going to dig deep into this part. I mean, really explore Harry's relationship with the Dursleys.
For us, to really hit us emotionally, you know? Like, to show how Harry is mistreated and all that. So,
And then, when all this behind-the-scenes stuff comes out, it just makes me more certain, man. It really makes me more certain. You know?
Walter is really freaking out. Freaking out? Let's show the difference. Harry suffers. He isn't just a traumatized child because of losing his parents, but also because he grew up in a family that frankly treated him badly and continued to do so until he, right?
With all due respect. With no respect at all for the Dursleys.
But man, I hope they show it. I hope they show this change in Harry's life. And I hope the series does it. On the first night, because in the movie, we have Harry there at the window petting Hedwig. On the first night at Hogwarts, right? In the book, I know he lies down on the bed and he gets it really quickly. But like, I wanted a scene that showed, wow.
The change in his life.
Look at this. I was being mistreated in a cupboard under the stairs, and now I'm here in this amazing place.
Isn't this a beautiful scene from the movie?
I love this scene.
I like it too.
It really gives you that feeling of a turning point, right? And, Diego, it's something that I think you were waiting for it too. Hagrid, the scene, we didn't see Nick Frost or his stunt double there.
Yes.
To redo the scene from the hut back to the coast, to go with Harry to London, to Diagon Alley. I thought we would have it. I was waiting. I thought there would be a leak about this yesterday.
When the two filming locations leaked, both the Dursleys and the other site, it felt like Hagrid would arrive with Harry in a flying boat. Sometimes they also film in the studio.
Maybe. I hope so.
I'm not sure if it's too dangerous for the actors, especially putting them in a small boat at sea. Boat departs, engine fails.
It flipped.
The engine fails, the guys go all the way out to the middle of the ocean. Then to pick up the guy dressed as Hagrid, you can't put that 12-foot-tall stuntman in a little boat and think it's not going to flip. In 7, it's more controlled. I hope that scene is in there because when I read the illustrated edition by Jim Kay, which has the scene with the pigeons, the scene with the seagulls, where Harry tries to reach the seagulls, is a really cool scene.
It's beautiful.
I still think that scene, Harry leaving the Dursleys, could end the first episode as he heads to the new world.
Exactly. Man, I honestly think there will be...
I hope so.
I think there will be. Because if they're doing...
So far, everything we've seen is following the story so closely. The events of the story. Like, we're seeing everything they're putting in. Like,
Valter, at the beginning of the chapter, at work, bumping into Diddle-o-Diggle. Things we hadn't seen in the movie, right? I think they will put it in, yes.
Also, as I mentioned, it's the Durante. Otherwise, we start, right? Fade out from Hagrid sleeping and they're already in London on the subway. No, it's not like that.
we don't want that.
And Harry talks to Hagrid on the little boat. He talks about the Ministry of Magic. He says, it's helpful for them to resolve these questions while Hagrid and Harry are on the boat. And they arrive at this sort of London embankment and head straight to the subway towards Diagon Alley. But there will be a scene with Harry inside the subway. We've already seen them entering the station, right? So, well, we just have to wait and hope a lot. That everything filmed appears in the series and isn't cut during editing like in the movie.
Look at these deleted scenes that are going to be released in this special edition of the season. I'm going to lose it.
No.
I'm going to the door with a stick, okay? No.
It exists, right? I'm going just like that meme, right?
We're waiting.
Just kidding. HBO, I'm joking, okay? But man, I would be really mad if they start cutting too much stuff. But anyway, I hope that Hagrid's little boat scene is in there.
It definitely will. It's a beautiful scene. I promise it'll be there. Why? I just believe it.
Yeah.
Based on my wish, on my heart.
Guesswork, a pretty accurate guess. But hey, that's fine. We have the footage of the Dursleys and Dumbledore, which, hey, hold on, that... I know you're curious. Wait, why is Dumbledore at the beach? But following these outdoor shoots gives a It's like a warm hug. And there are still fans who complain, that it's a spoiler, so that it's going to ruin the experience. But that's not even 0.5% of what's going to be in the season.
Man, I get it when I understand that. The guy...
Even breathed, he did like this. I understand.
It's not that I'm reading that book. Nonviolent communication. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, I'm not.
But that's just how I talk, in a really energetic way, you know? I really get people who don't like it. Like that. I don't like seeing this because it ruins the experience for me. Cool.
Don't look.
That's exactly...
Then just don't look or unfollow creators who share daily life updates. But please don't unfollow me, okay?
No, I actually advise you to really unfollow me.
Each person, see, that's what I say. Each person deals with this part of...
In their own way.
The pre is different for everyone.
It's way too relative. It is...
There are people who love it, who keep looking for details. I'm the kind of person who just goes, that's it back then. I'll know every scene before the first episode airs. Because I love researching, man. I like the feeling of discovering things. It fascinates me. Some say, Vare, seriously, you'll ruin the experience. I want to watch it live. Season comes out.
Exactly. I prefer to watch it when it comes out, and that's fine. That's cool, okay?
What bothers me is just when people are like, oh. They keep commenting like, oh, don't post, oh, put a warning. My friend, am I supposed to keep putting warnings? It's news. We want to post the news. The timing of when we post makes all the difference. Today, guys, it's...
Euphoric, right?
We're euphoric. We're excited. Imagine us. A photo of Dumbledore. My God, Dumbledore. I'll share it and say, wait, let me get it and add a spoiler warning here.
I'll blur the image and add a warning, but that's not how Harry Potter content creators operate.
You know, like, no, sorry. I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. It's not arrogance. It's nothing like that.
If you want to stop consuming, go ahead. Be happy, because if it's something that doesn't add anything to your life, it doesn't make sense for you to consume it. Ah, Kako, I like the other content and appreciate it, but I'm not gonna stop doing this.
Sometimes we get bored after going 3 weeks or a month without releasing anything. We, as content creators, besides the content we already produce normally, these moments are ones we have to take advantage of as creators. These are times that bring us a lot of followers. Of course, a lot of engagement. So as content creators, we can't even think about not posting this.
Yeah, no, because if we don't do it, other people will.
People start following through other pages. These are people who like to follow this filming process.
Exactly. So it's like this. It's something we can't avoid. It's much easier for you to adapt and do it this way. Man, I don't want to follow, and I won't, whether it's me or Thiago.
Keep adapting ourselves. Imagine if we had to adapt to the wishes of everyone who likes something in a different way.
Whether we like it or not, these people are exceptions. Most people just follow along.
Exactly, but yeah, I like to follow along. I freak out, I lose it, I go crazy.
I think that's pretty clear in my videos when...
It's part of the thrill of speculation.
Yeah, I'm really happy, man. I'm really happy. And I know that this is not even 2% of what we're seeing.
I know that when I watch the series, there will be things that will surprise me. I know.
And it's cool to watch the series and also think, damn, I remember when I saw that scene being filmed.
I thought it would be one thing, but it was something else.
It was something entirely different.
I really enjoy it. It's part of the experience.
Now I'm going to be looking for Harry's stunt double in the car scene, the one with the rain. Just out of curiosity, because we know it was the stunt double, but we don't really know. They're a big deal. They won't allow it. But it's cool. It's part of the process. It creates hype among the fans. It's not just the trailer that creates hype. It's not just the posters. I think our job is to get people excited for the series.
Yeah, man. That's how I see it. That's my take. Thiago, the last thing I think about is real work. That's how I see it. I'm a huge fan. I'm really excited. I'm going to share it.
Of course it's connected. I'm the fan. It's my job. So when it comes out, I set other things aside.
We know that news is going to come out. There's a chance news will come out, right? Because we don't have a crystal ball.
We just go by deduction. Yeah, Day, it's a
chance, yeah.
We go by deduction like, hey, there's going to be a recording there on that day.
We keep an eye on it.
Understood. We already monitor it.
We keep an eye on it. We stay prepared. And if something comes up, we're already there, ready. Freak out as a fan, record as a content creator, post it, you know? That's how it works.
And I'm really happy, man. I'm really happy because it makes my day.
When there's something new like this, when these things happen, I get super excited all day long.
We talk all day long, and guys,
Everyone gets involved, and everybody spends the whole day talking about it, debating it.
And guys, we're really happy that you're already asking for episodes of Session Reservada whenever this kind of news comes out.
Exactly.
By the way, this episode here is totally off schedule.
It's an emergency.
It's an emergency episode. We wanted to bring this to you quickly because there will be times when people have a common question and people need to urgently understand something. The Harry Potter series is coming to expand a lot of things. So there will be scenes that they're going to be filming. You're going to say, right? Now there's the things are different that people are going to say. Weren't they supposed to be faithful? They'll film new scenes and people will talk about it. I don't remember that being in the book. Here's some context to explain why it makes sense they filmed this yesterday. Whether it's about Dumbledore or the Dursleys, thinking about a chronology, a timeline, you'll see that it makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense, and it's the possibility of expansion. Man, imagine making a 10-year series, 10 years, to do exactly the same thing that's already been seen.
Then I would agree with Chris Columbus.
Exactly.
Understood. What's the purpose of this series? If it only repeats what's been done, there's no point. That's why this series exists. You put everything that's possible from the book, including the new text that came out after the books, and you add, expand, and develop the characters. The question is, what was that character doing during that event? If you start repeating this kind of question, like what was Hermione doing? I don't know when. During Ron and Harry talking on the Hogwarts Express. What was Dumbledore doing when that thing happened in the wizarding world? This matters because the series will display and spend time on it.
Like Dumbledore. How did he deal with the attempted theft of the Philosopher's Stone? How did he foresee that? How did he ask Hagrid to take the Philosopher's Stone from there? Do you understand? How did he know? What was his suspicion?
Dumbledore is the character with the most potential for those scenes. Plus, John Lithgow is playing Dumbledore. We should really take advantage of his talent.
He might die soon.
That sounded kind of morbid.
Like, people say that, you know?
Oh, in a bit, John Lithgow.
Dies.
No, just kidding, just kidding.
No, that's not it. No.
Don't cut that part out, okay.
Why? Was it funny, man? Was it funny? Was it funny?
All right, go ahead. No, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm not an actor.
You have an actor like John Lithgow playing Dumbledore? You have to give more background to Dumbledore? There's no other way. Why him? He's the character who will have more in future seasons. It's him exploring more of Azor Crux, or him going there with the gaunt ring, putting on the ring. Look at the potential of that. There won't be another memory of Dumbledore visiting Tom Riddle. There will be a prologue in one of the episodes where we see this whole scene. Seriously.
For Thiago.
No, seriously.
Don't give me hope.
No, but it is... One thing I like about the first season is the mirror of her eyes. What does Dumbledore see in it? He sees himself with a sock, right?
He lies.
He lies to Harry, claiming he sees himself holding a sock, but we know Dumbledore has a story and major family trauma. Very big and a very strong regret for the death of his sister, Ariana, so he sees his family there. Man, the guy's eyes fill with tears, but he says, I see myself holding socks. The series can show that.
Because we
We'll only have his perspective.
Do you understand? Harry won't be seeing it there.
and no, you don't even need to show the reflection in the mirror. You can just show him emotional, just him, with his eyes full of tears.
You could, right?
You couldn't, but that sort of gives it away.
I don't know, no.
It's an Easter egg, right? It only shows his emotional perspective, so the audience might think he lied.
Exactly, it wasn't...
That's what I said.
See, he's emotional, but doesn't show it.
What's in the mirror is fair, right? But they'll go deeper into Harry's since it will reveal the family.
The whole family. The whole family.
And I want to see, did you see Dominic? Does he have that look like he knows? He really has a sad little face, you know? Like a poor guy, yeah? Then he puts the emotional kid in front of the mirror. Wow.
It's going to be cool. I love the idea of expanding, because that's what I said.
We already have the books exactly as they are. You want what's in the books? Read the books. You want what's in the movies? Watch the movies. You want what's in the games? Play the games, you know?
But that's not how it is. What kind? Of course, we want to see what's in the book.
Yes. I want to see what's in the book, but I also want them to expand on it. I want to see moments that we know happened, but we don't actually see them happening. Man, the biggest example of that is Quirrell. No, like, we see Quirrell saying something like, "Oh, I'm never alone, my master. But I'm weak, my master. My master has to punish me, right? What? Man, just imagine the chance we have to see the events in chronological order. Like seeing Quirrell meeting Voldemort in the forest, seeing Quirrell, being taken over by Voldemort.
Ah, that's gotta be there, man. That's gotta be there.
That's something the book doesn't show, but we know it happens. So why not have it?
I think that,
You know?
yeah, but they have to pick the right moments so you don't ruin the plot twist. This scene would work well at the start of the episode, right after Quirrell's death.
After the man's revelation.
I don't know how they fit that in, but man, this kind of thing, Quirrell, Snape, they'll have their moments too. Draco Malfoy, they show Draco in the Slytherin common room. It shows, guys, it's endless possibilities. Ministry of Magic, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt. The core of the Ministry of Magic in the series, right? What is it? Where we suddenly go to the Ministry of Magic and see the minister talking to Lucius Malfoy and the like.
There are countless possibilities. Countless possibilities.
So just imagine 10 years of production, 10 years on the air. To just watch exactly what's in the book, 100% as it is. Like 100% of what's in the book, without exploring anything new.
Yeah, man, I remember I said that in the first episode of our podcast more than ever. Approach this series now with an open mind, that you want to see something different from the movies. You want to see something different from what you've already seen. And is this possibility that the series brings to do so many new things what will bring you these new feelings over the next 10 years?
Exactly.
It's exactly the different scenes, the scenes you don't remember, the dialogues you don't remember. And that will make you want to reread the books already. Just from recording the podcast, I already felt like rereading all the books, all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw a lot of people saying, man, it's going to be really cool to reread the books now at this time.
Or for those who never read them, it's like, wow, now I really want to read them. Man, that's so cool.
It'll be wild for you to read the book and say this. Oh, wow. You read a scene like Hermione saying, I don't know, like, oh, I'm Muggle-born, right? Like, I got the letter. It's going to be really cool for you to think about the series like that, you know?
If there's a chance she could get the letter, like,
Someone getting the letter, Hermione getting the letter. For example, there's a scene at Hogwarts and Christmas at the Burrow. Sometimes we don't know what Christmas at the Burrow was like, but then there's the Christmas scene. Then you create more development and affection for the Weasleys, with everyone together there. Christmas at Hermione's house, because she goes back, she grabs her little suitcase at Christmas and goes home. And what if we have Hermione celebrating Christmas there, telling her parents things about Hogwarts?
Exactly. And it's something that I go back to talking about time, guys. Okay? Oh, but there won't be enough time. The movies have already removed a lot. Now they're going to invent things. Guys, it's 8 hours for a small book. Philosopher's Stone is a small book. It's a small book with only 17 chapters. So, yesterday a subscriber commented on the post like this. Ah, yeah, but the audiobook is a little over 8 hours. It's very different, man. The audiobook has narration. It has descriptions of things, descriptions of environments.
In audiovisual, we see that it doesn't need to be described.
Did you get it? So, like, it already cuts out a lot of time that's in the audiobook, you know?
So, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
So, there's time to do it. There's time to explore.
I'm really like that. I'm really calm about it. Very, very confident, man.
Especially in these first 2 seasons, yes. And you can see that they're already expanding. They're already giving us a taste of it. And obviously those leaked photos of Dumbledore were intentional. Let's be honest, right, man? Because the guy is even posing there, right? Yeah, he's farming for aura, right?
Carabacanta.
No, and you can see that it's something that these photos would spark this curiosity in the audience. I don't know. I don't remember that scene. I swear I have no idea what happens.
Diego, I swear that the first image of Dumbledore, that's exactly what I was expecting.
It wasn't that one.
No, it would be like... I told myself, is Dumbledore only going to appear on the official poster? Or is Dumbledore just going to show up like this?
If there's a scene, it'll be a scene, like on Privet Drive, which is the first scene where he appears, right?
Uh-huh, my friend. And
The question that won't go away now?
What a fall. Did I fall off the hippogriff?
The question that won't go away, what was Dumbledore doing at the beach?
coconut water, a little beer.
Caipirinha, feet in the sand, right by the sea. I'm just kidding. I got carried away. My bad.
I'm gonna have to make an edit of this thing.
Here's the deal. It's really interesting from the moment Dumbledore leaves.
What a white beard, huh? I've never seen such a well-groomed, well-kept beard. He's not wearing a hat.
You've never seen Santa Claus at the mall, have you?
Yeah, there are some Santas that are really scary, man. If the idea was to be a jolly old man, yeah, come here.
Santa Claus gives you candy.
Sit here, come on.
Isn't there that cat video? Come here, come on.
I hope Dumbledore isn't that old man. But hey, man, it was a crazy feeling. The first idea you get is,
I'm quiet, man.
imagine. Sounds like those guys are, what's up, Antero? You know, from Paulo and Amigo, but you don't know them.
What?
All right, getting back
What did you say?
About Paulo?
that guy who says, what's up, Antero? He says some funny things and the other one starts laughing. He says, Funo Entero is great. It's a tribute to him.
I've never even seen that.
What was the first thing you noticed when Dumbledore reacted? So when you saw the picture, beach, yeah, beach.
I was like, he's at the...
He's at the beach. What is Dumbledore doing on a beach in Philosopher's Stone? It was a sincere question from everyone, as it was the first one I asked myself.
Man, and it makes a lot of sense, right?
Until you think about all the possibilities, we have some big theories to talk about here in today's episode. We do. I think we need to lay out a timeline. First, what happened after this recording, the photos that came out later, because first there was this recording, then we had a photo of Dumbledore with the Flamels.
With the Flamels. Shocking revelation, my friends.
It's with Nicolas Flamel, with his wife Perenelle, Flamel, Preve, Prevenel, Paravel. Parabola, Prevenel is
Perenelle.
Bugs Bunny, it's David. I don't know. That's what came to my mind. We have this image that's really important of the two of us, and let's analyze it. What do you think about us? Let's create a timeline of the story to help people understand, since Flamel appears in Harry Potter. This isn't a story about Flamel, because
I think it's bad.
You think it's bad?
I'm not joking.
It's like this, okay? Flamel was a great friend of Dumbledore. Yes, always has been. They studied dragons together there. They did alchemy work together. And also, when it showed up in the newspaper, I know he studied at Beauxbatons, right? He and his wife are French, right? French alchemists who existed in real life. And that's another example where we see the Harry Potter universe mixing with the real world. And there was always that legend that the guy was the forerunner who created the Philosopher's Stone. He was
The stone's creator.
The name of the book's title?
Exactly. I think that besides Flamel's own timeline, we also have to think about the timeline of the book's story. Just think about it.
There in 91, you say Philosopher's Stone.
That is, just think about it.
Where is he at that moment, right?
Exactly. In Philosopher's Stone, when Hermione finds out
About Flamel. The article about Flamel in the book, it says there that he lives.
He currently lives in Devon with his wife Perenelle.
Devon, it's like, I don't know if it's, southwest or west, but it's from London.
Imagine a bunch of cute little houses where he's already there with his wife talking.
Living his retirement.
Yeah, 665 years.
Imagine the Social Security payments.
No, if Flamel is fired, the company suffers.
Shall we make a deal?
No, 665 years, return the fine.
Of 40%.
No, seriously. And they talk about Flamel's age, everything. And he's in 1991, exactly, interestingly, living with his wife there, resting.
Exactly. Plus, the recording also took place in Devon, right? That's really cool.
Which makes it even cooler.
Right? Yeah. But mainly, the Philosopher's Stone, the stone itself. We already start the story.
Pretty much with Hagrid taking that stone from the vault.
713.
Exactly. What made Hagrid take that stone?
An order from Dumbledore.
Why did Dumbledore give that order to him?
Did he suspect that Voldemort wasn't dead?
That he could use that stone to come back to life?
How did he come to that decision? Because the stone isn't his. Yes.
Having a chat with Flamel?
Did you get it? We're here.
Yeah, it's nice to already show this friendship between the two of them. I think it's really important because each character, I think they're going to have new scenes and moments in the season that they can include, which will bring back this dramatic side. HBO knows how to do drama like no one else. They know how to turn small things into big things that in the end will make us cry. Is it possibly a farewell between Dumbledore and Flamel?
Yeah, man, it is.
The farewell of a friend.
Dumbledore is the only one over 100 years old in Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, you already have yours. He has.
He is 100 years old, wow.
What an idea.
Did you understand? By the way, in 1991, he's 110 years old. He's 100 years old. In the first scene, he leaves Harry at the Dursleys' door.
Flamel is 665 years old in Philosopher's Stone.
And they've been communicating since Dumbledore was young.
Flamel is always there, involved in some way, and he's a really cool character. Because that, like I said, I didn't really like how he was adapted in Fantastic Beasts.
We were talking about the canon, right?
I didn't really like the way Flamel appeared in Fantastic Beasts. I think he's much more than that. Of course, he can be good-humored. He can joke around with Jacob's handshake and all. But I think he's someone more serious. I've always seen him that way. Yeah.
You know what, I
don't have much to complain about Nicolau Flamel from Fantastic Beasts. No, because, well, his appearance is pretty.
He's pretty worn out there, right? Wow.
It's way more than in the photos that just came out. He's
exhausted, but I think that's what they wanted to show. Like, man, he takes the elixir of life. The elixir of life keeps him alive, but it doesn't give him superpowers.
At what cost?
Soon, he was just like the old lady from SpongeBob in the chair, dancing nonstop, you know?
Yeah, it keeps him alive, but at what cost? Yeah, and it's cool that in the end, in the final scene, at the final moment, he goes there to help everyone. Yeah, he
kind of
returns to action. So he was almost like Nicolau Flamel, a key character in this franchise, right? Yes, Fantastic Beast.
What I mean by being canonical isn't even about the appearance. What I mean is at that moment.
In Paris, we see the Philosopher's Stone. When he goes to open the vault to communicate in the book, we see the stone there.
Yeah, that's fan service, right?
Is it? So, at what point did that stone come out of Flamel? For him to say something like, wow, that was it. Maybe that's where the series comes in. That's where the answer to our question comes in. What was Dumbledore doing on the beach? Diego?
Yeah, Dumbledore was working on a really good theory. You can see that the production team is holding signs written in Latin, and you see phrases related to nature.
And Dumbledore is like this. Look, with
a wind machine, right? Look, so a wind machine here, and it's cool that John Le Guin was clearly reading, right? Look, just his eyes. Look,
I prophesy.
I saw it. Look there. You see that he's probably putting up a protection. The theory is that he could be making a protection, or in this case, opening one.
I think what I believe is this. Nicolau Flamel isn't a fool.
His house obviously has some kind of protection.
Yes, so Dumbledore, since he's a friend, is able to go there. He can get to the place, but even so, he still needs to get past that protection.
Guys, just a reminder, these scenes were filmed in Devon. In 1991, the Flamel family was already living in Great Britain, there in Devon. One of life's most relaxed moments is remembering this timeline as it's important.
And that's how we go. We wrote down the spell here.
Wow, this is Latin, right? I even asked ChatGPT about it yesterday.
You asked?
I said, here's the translation.
Latin. Didn't you study it in school? No?
Look, I have the sentence here, which is here it is.
Read it.
Natura nihil creavit frustra omnia pate fiere et posse natura constituit. In a loose translation, it means something like nature created nothing in vain. It established that everything can be revealed by nature itself. And we have another poster, murus cadati via pateati, which means let the wall fall, let the path open.
So, man, it's a lot.
Harry Potter fans are something else, right? They can't see a poster with writing on it without checking it out. Oh, I'll translate it one day with ChatGPT. Just tell me what it says. So any guesses about what scene this is?
I like this idea of magic being something more natural. Because, man, what are wizards really? They are beings who were already born as wizards. No one acquired magic. In fact, that's a very important point in Harry Potter's story. And that's what the so-called purebloods, in quotes, use against people, right?
In that misleading and prejudiced propaganda, is it that the Muggleborn supposedly stole magic?
That's impossible to happen. That doesn't exist in Harry Potter. Wizards are born wizards, so magic is natural.
Uh-huh.
So putting it like that, with this idea of being natural, of being something very connected to life, to nature, to everything, is really cool. And we see that reflected in this spell, you know? Like everything reveals itself. Nature reveals itself through its own nature. Like, man, that's awesome. Really awesome.
I'm going to bring up 2 more points here. When the photos leaked, we saw 2 things that I think are worth bringing into this theory here. First, we clearly see Dumbledore running in a photo, which I believe was for the acting part.
Running?
Not running, but he's near the sea there, but kind of making a quick movement. And in one, he's with, I'm not sure if it's acting or if the actor actually has knee pain.
Wait, cut.
Cut, something went wrong here. Look.
It's obvious I'm too young to do this scene.
No, then there's a scene where John Lyford has his hand here and he's...
On his stomach like this, right?
It's like he felt some pain, a sharp pain.
In the kidney. It's tough. It is. A kidney stone.
Who hasn't? Poor guy. Only John Lyford is here today.
Then it's easier for him to outlive all of us and keep receiving the Oscar, you know?
So what happens? There's this thing he does, that face. What could make you think he apparated on that beach? Doesn't it feel like he just apparated?
Yeah, I had that feeling that he apparated there and was just arriving, you know?
And he was arriving at that place, right? Which would be the place where Nicolas Flamel lives with his wife.
And let's not have him apparate straight from Hogwarts. Let's respect.
No.
Let's respect.
It's not possible that they were already going to do that.
Because, guys,
Cut to a piece of wood in front of HBO again.
Let's be respectful. I wouldn't like it, since movies already have Dumbledore. Then the guys got lazy with the script and said, I get privileges because of who I am.
My buddy.
If you want to save on the budget, stop doing that.
David Yates, I'm going to beat you up after this show, man.
Good thing that guy disappeared.
Oh, come on.
No one could stand him anymore.
I thought making Voldemort turn to dust was a great idea. No.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna throw this book at you, man. Let me
tell you something. Out of 10 brilliant ideas that David Yates said he had, I'd say all 10 were bad. The scene with Hermione, I think with Harry, is the only thing that saves it.
The scene of them dancing is really cool.
As for the rest, my friend David Yates,
My buddy.
you're out.
Don't talk to me. David Yates, we're not. The other directors are just guests.
Oh yeah, you want to join a podcast here? David Yates, no way.
You can't. I don't accept his presence here.
I don't know. I think David Yates is the kind of guy who makes things up too much and doesn't know where he's going. Renegó do Príncipe is a romantic comedy movie. Go take a shower, my friend. You didn't even read that book just because Order of the Phoenix had lower box office numbers. You already want to bring up a romantic comedy movie. It was a movie about the past and Voldemort, directed by David Yates, and you turned it into something else, with all due respect.
Thigo got nervous. Are you nervous, Thigo?
I'm upset. David Yates. I think the time already allows it. You're a wimp. You chickened out. You chickened out. You're a fool. That's it. Getting back to the Dumbledore topic about him apparating on this beach and actually going to meet... Wow, I forgot Flamel's wife's name again.
Perinelle.
Perinelle Flamel. Perinelle Flamel. Going to meet them. At the moment, has the Philosopher's Stone already been stolen from Gringotts or not yet?
it doesn't actually get stolen.
It's not because Hagrid takes it out first, actually. They attempt the theft.
After the break-in.
No, that wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. There must be a prior conversation.
Yeah, like,
I'm going to take the stone out of the safe, just so you know. No.
my idea might be the following. Well, Nicolau doesn't keep the stone at home, so, you know, don't keep the stone at home. From the moment he's living in Devon, right there, the stone stays at Gringotts. It's there.
In Vault 713, is that what you think?
That's what I think.
You think that? I think so too. Okay, I think so too.
It's there in the safe. Is the safe Flamel's or Hogwarts?
It's Flamel's safe, okay? But here's the thing. What makes me think is that the deeper the safes, the more secure they are, right? They have dragon protection, like at Lestrange's safe. Pretty cool. I don't know if Flamel would really put the stone there, like 713. It's not that deep, because there are 712 safes before his, right?
Having Dumbledore talking to Flamel about it, for example, he suspects that Voldemort didn't die. Wouldn't that spoil the plot twist of the season a little?
Maybe
Thinking about it that way, why? I'll just say I suspect Voldemort doesn't. I don't know. I don't know how to put this. I think that
I think he can bring up a concern, but without mentioning it directly. Okay,
okay.
he can say that. I don't know. It's not so safe to leave the stone there.
With
With everything that's been happening, you don't necessarily have to mention Voldemort.
especially because we can also have several hooks like that. Dumbledore.
He is aware that the position of defense against the dark arts teacher is cursed. We see that in his talk with Harry in Half-Blood Prince, right? Then Quirrell returns from a sabbatical year. And he gets this position. He comes back from the sabbatical year, and he gets this position. I don't know if Dumbledore already has this suspicion, because in Snape's memory, in Deathly Hallows, there's a flashback of Dumbledore saying, "Watch Quirrell" to Snape. Watch Quirrell.
And it's at the beginning of the year. You know why? Because it's in a part where Snape is talking about Harry.
He's just like his father. He's super arrogant. He craves fame. And Dumbledore says, "I think you're seeing what you want to see."
All the other teachers said the boy is a sweetheart and hardworking, so if they reported that, it's early in the year.
Because that was Harry's first contact with them. At the year's start, he's already suspicious of Quirrell. The stone has already been taken from the vault, so in my mind, he will talk to Flamel after Quirrell comes back from his sabbatical year. And then he will talk. He will express this concern. Look, I don't know how he will express it, but he will express his concern about the Philosopher's Stone.
Let's keep it safe at Hogwarts.
Let's bring it to Hogwarts. It's safe with me, etc. Then, Nicolau agrees, and we'll look into it. Why did she go to Gringotts? Why did she leave Gringotts?
And it already intensifies Dumbledore's friendship a bit, exactly with Flamel, which is going to be very important for the scene they filmed. We'll talk about it later as well. But everything involving Lord Voldemort in this first season, we have two parallels. Think with me. Nicolas Flamel, now 665 years old, is enjoying a more comfortable stage of life with his wife. After all his achievements, his alchemy, after everything he pursued, we have an alchemist who used it. Immortality for knowledge. Not just his own knowledge, but knowledge about life in general, about death, about cycles, about work. He's a guy who used immortality for good.
For good. He used it for good.
Can we say that? And on the other hand, the villain from the first season, we have a guy who's super afraid of dying.
The thirst for immortality for evil, A.
The desire for immortality and evil. We have a guy, we don't know yet from Azure Crux, of course, but who left pieces of his soul fragmented in objects. And in the first book, in the first story, he's trying to come back to life through the Philosopher's Stone. Yes, with the elixir of life. I like these two parallels since I picture the final scene of the season in the infirmary where Dumbledore talks to Harry. Like the actual final scene of the season, which I think is the one they leaked. It leaked yesterday. I think that's the final scene of the season. It's going to talk about that.
Which is going to brings a conclusion to the subject.
Let's just give some context to what they recorded. Talk about this other scene, the legend of Dumbledore making the movements. Okay.
They are scenes at different moments.
Of the story, you can already
See?
Dumbledore is wearing two outfits.
Two outfits were involved, which caused confusion. When I mentioned it, people said, "No, he just removed his cloak in the video."
No, the clothes underneath.
Yeah, they're different outfits. We're talking about a Dumbledore in the beach scene, where he's wearing one outfit. He's got the cloak, doing the spells, and then underneath he's wearing a blue striped shirt with a lighter blue vest, right? His shoes are kind of matte, you can see that. In the scene where he's with Flamel, his outfit is different.
It's very similar since both the vest and pants are blue, but the shoes are shinier.
You can see the shirt is brown with flowers. So Dumbledore. They're different costumes for different moments. The lower part changes. It wouldn't make sense for him to wear two outfits in one scene.
Different moments. And in this place, which is Kenan's Cove here, unfortunately, in this leaked video, you can't see what they're looking at, guys. But now the three are sitting on a rock.
On a small hill like this.
And I imagine that this scene is being filmed from behind them.
From behind it, sunset.
Sunset. and they're having a very important conversation. They're going to talk specifically about immortality, about the fact that the Philosopher's Stone, now that it will have to be destroyed, or has already been destroyed, and that they are going to die.
Man, I have goosebumps all over. I picture this scene built in a very clear way in my head.
It's very clear in my head too.
Very clear. I can see the scene without.
I can see the dialogue because that's very Dumbledore. That's very Dumbledore. That conversation, yes, talking about death, it's just a great adventure. Next.
Exactly.
Or when he tells Harry in the infirmary that for Flamel, dying will be like resting after a long day.
Man, wow. I've got goosebumps all over, dude.
Yeah, man, I am.
I've got goosebumps all over.
Imagine with the view, with the sunset.
Did you get it? Not the sunset, them sitting, because there's the ocean we saw, right?
The waves crashing like this. The sunset.
Man, they're sitting. It's a
farewell, right?
A farewell.
It's a farewell.
It's a farewell. They're sitting, holding on.
That you can't see.
And then, man, I imagine Dumbledore himself saying something like, "So that's it? Are you sure?" Because Dumbledore, he should suggest about the stone, like this. "We talked and came to an agreement." I don't think it will be Dumbledore. Dumbledore will say, "Look, it has to be destroyed." I think they come to this agreement, and then Dumbledore says to him, "Are you sure about this?" Then Flamel will enter, saying something like, "I don't know, my dear friend Dumbledore."
It will be like taking a nap and resting after a long day. Can you imagine?
Like, dude, can you imagine them having this conversation?
And we're talking about a subject that comes up later at the end of Deathly Hallows, which is about accepting death.
Exactly.
Unlike Voldemort, who refuses to accept death, do you see how beautiful the parallel is? Yes, the screenwriter who came up with this idea, Francesca, and the other writers, if it really is this scene, which I really hope it is now.
Man, I'm really sure it will be.
It makes perfect sense. It's the farewell of two friends, and I see this scene as emotional. Like that, I can't think of another word.
For sure. So, you see, and it's cool to see Harry. How much does this impress Harry? Is he going to die? He keeps asking, is he going to die? Then Dumbledore says that line, right? For them, it's like going to sleep after a long day, right? So, the contrast between a very young person, which is Harry, who's 11 years old, well, and someone who has lived many years with the elixir.
And who decides that it's an act of, I don't know if I can call it an act of altruism. He really lived a lot, right? But it's just...
But he never lived just to extend his life. That was clearly never his intention, right?
The guy...
He has an object that can turn any metal into gold. He could be the richest person in the world, but he doesn't accumulate wealth. He isn't.
Did you get it? You don't see, at least you see Nicolau. And that's when I got into the canon of Fantastic Beasts. You can see that he's not someone who lives luxuriously, like the Malfoys. Because...
That's right.
Do you get it? He's a guy who has the thing, who makes all the wealth in the world.
It grants eternal life as long as the person continues taking the elixir.
But he uses this exactly for knowledge, for study, for research, and this is canonical.
He donates a lot of money to Bobatom, for example.
Which is a school, an educational institution, you get it, right? He's someone who doesn't accumulate wealth, even though he has the chance to do so, he just lives. In a simple way, you get it.
What makes Dumbledore's decision to hide the Philosopher's Stone inside the Mirror of Erised? That basically only a person who looks at the stone and doesn't have the desire to use it. And it appears in Harry's pocket?
It's brilliant, it's brilliant, it's brilliant. And it draws exactly the parallel with the...
You could use it for evil, right? But Flamel used the stone for knowledge and self-discovery. Yes, any dark wizard who wanted it sought immortality. The downside of living forever.
Exactly. And man, it's really cool because Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the story of Harry Potter itself.
Overall, it has a lot of alchemy, the concepts of alchemy. Because the Sorcerer's Stone is nothing more than a great symbol. The Sorcerer's Stone is the search for enlightenment, so for self-knowledge. That's it. For the perfection of the spirit and the mind. So it's of course, there is the Sorcerer's Stone in history, right?
We have the object with magical powers, but it's much more about purification and reaching gold. The gold of the Sorcerer's Stone is knowledge.
It's a metaphor, right?
It's a metaphor. It's about going from common metal, which is ignorance, and reaching gold, which is enlightenment.
That makes perfect sense. It's not about the gold, about the value of gold.
It's not. It's about how ignorant Voldemort is, and how he doesn't know the things he doesn't value, you know?
Love itself, the love he couldn't see from Lillian, the protection spell, which makes this whole Philosopher's Stone story even cooler, because Voldemort can't see it, man. This episode is awesome, huh? It's awesome, huh? He can't see the basic things in life like love,
Exactly.
like this metaphor of the Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, I really like the phrase that Dumbledore says to Harry when he's in limbo. He says that Voldemort may understand dark magic, may understand a lot of things, but when it comes to simple things, he's still completely ignorant. Things he looks down on, he remains completely ignorant about. So, it's exactly the opposite. He will never be able to get the Philosopher's Stone. He might be the most powerful, but he'll never get the Philosopher's Stone, because it's not just about the object, it's about reaching the gold of knowledge, of enlightenment. Because if he got there, he wouldn't be Voldemort. Do you understand? He wouldn't be. He just wouldn't. So Voldemort makes mistake after mistake precisely because he thinks he's extremely powerful, and that he knows everything, and that he didn't need to understand things he considered beneath him.
That makes perfect sense. That's the beginning, middle, and end of what Philosopher's Stone is.
Exactly.
And Philosopher's Stone, J.K. Rowling wouldn't put Philosopher's Stone in the title of the book if it wasn't to give importance to Nicholas Flamel and to what the stone means within this story itself. From the first book, from this story of self-discovery, one uses it for good, another uses it for evil. That's the nuance, right?
Maybe the question comes up, oh, so why didn't she put it in the book? Guys, it's a book initially aimed at children and young adults.
Of 500 copies, only 500 copies. Harry Potter wasn't what it became. She didn't even know that this book would be successful.
Today, Harry Potter has sold over 600 million copies,
But at that time, she just wanted to pay the rent.
and so the publishers rejected it. She had more than 12 publishers who rejected her. And the book, it's not written completely here, and then goes out for sale.
It goes through editing, it goes through cuts, just like a movie. Don't we know there are a lot of things that we know were cut from the books?
Absolutely. Rereading some chapters of Philosopher's Stone gives me that feeling too.
There are a lot of things.
A lot was lost in the revision. He should, for example, I don't know. If he had 100 more pages, 80 extra pages were removed. Exactly. I'm sure there was something for Flamel there. I'm sure she thought about that. And she's helping, I think, the screenwriter and the producers. Look, at the time I was writing, I thought about strengthening Flamel's friendship with Dumbledore, but I didn't have time. It wasn't possible. It didn't fit, so put that in.
Like, it didn't fit in the story. Like, it didn't fit in the book. It would get too deep. Alchemy.
2, the kid might find it boring, right?
Not to mention that, come on, that's stated.
They changed the title of the book. Is that what you were going to say?
What?
No, because I was going to say,
It is too.
because remember that in the American version, it's sorceress. It's because reviewers and editors already found philosopher boring.
They thought it wouldn't sell because the word philosopher in the title could drive kids away. That's so United States.
The Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter over there.
That's so United States, man.
So that's how they did it. There was this change, of course. But we have Dino's own story, which we knew would be there, and Nick's story, almost headless.
Yeah, about his death. That was supposed to be in the book, but it was cut. So much so that when that exhibition came out, The History of Magic, which has, for example, the Ripley Scroll, which is the scroll with the instructions for making the Philosopher's Stone. Everything is there. Alchemy is even embedded in the characters' names.
Albus Dumbledore. Albus comes from Latin and means white. Rubius comes from Latin and means red.
And to make the Philosopher's Stone, you need 3 stones. 1 white, one black, and one red. And we have Rubeus Hagrid, Albus Dumbledore, and Sirius Black. Black. Rubeus means red, Albus means white.
The three stones?
The three stones, which are very important figures in the journey.
Of Harry, who has a really cool theory that Harry is a metaphor for the Philosopher's Stone itself. That in the first book, he comes from a state of ignorance, which is ignorance of not knowing, right? A metal.
It makes sense since Hagrid, Sirius, and Dumbledore are basically Harry's three father figures.
He has others, but these are the main.
They transform Harry from lead or copper into gold up to
gold, when he realizes death doesn't need to be defeated.
when he accepts death. Man, you...
Got it?
Wow, that's really good, you know? Good, really good.
Did you get it, man? And it's really cool to see how it reflects, how this structure of alchemy reflects in the story. It has a playful and fantastic side, plus stones that make gold and give elixir. But Harry Potter was never about magic, man. Harry Potter is not about magic.
When Harry takes the Avada Kedavra in the forest in Deathly Hallows, that's when he accepts death. And kind of, in quotes, turned to gold, right? He reached enlightenment. When he enters Limbo, the first thing Dumbledore says is, Harry, my brave boy, you know? He's crying a lot.
He's proud.
He's proud of what Harry has become.
And man, you know what's cool? When Harry goes there, right? When he's going to accept death,
He walks right past those three stones.
The contact is Dumbledore in the pensive, Sirius Black on the Resurrection Stone, and Hagrid who's being held hostage there in the forest, who says, Harry, no, that's exactly the sequence. Do you get it? So, man, there's a lot.
It's not Harry Potter. That's why I'm so passionate about this story. It goes way beyond. If you have a vision, if you can understand things,
Get out of the basics.
Get out of the basics, and you see that it goes beyond magic. You notice a lot of the structure. You notice a lot of what's in the story. Then you realize it's really about friendship and love. That's what matters most. That's the biggest lesson we get from the story. So, for me, man, this scene is going to be a gift. For us to have this scene, this dialogue, it's
really a gift.
enlightening. To show that while one is there, surviving in a subhuman way, like a parasite in the body of someone filled with hatred, while he's searching for that, we have the fulfillment of a guy who managed to achieve his goal, not for personal gain, and who is willing to give up his life, because he knows that life is just a phase of existence. It's not the complete existence.
Dumbledore says death is just a great adventure. Next. There's a beautiful scene of Harry and Firenze in the Forbidden Forest where Firenze speaks. For someone to get to the point where he drinks unicorn blood, which is one of the purest creatures, he's already like this. He's already in deep trouble, okay?
He's on crack.
That's how it is. Because he no longer has any sense of what's pure, of what's beautiful.
He ignores what's pure. He ignores it. For him,
That's a good reference, the unicorn, because it's like the guy has reached this point. He doesn't care about anything anymore.
he ignores, he despises what he doesn't consider powerful.
it's like this. Unicorn blood is powerful. He knows that. But for him, it's just about its usefulness.
He doesn't see the beauty of the unicorn.
Exactly. He doesn't see the purity of the creature. He doesn't see it. Do you understand? So, that's going to be a really cool contrast to see in the series.
It will. Yeah, that's what we said. One is seeking immortality in a bad way, and the other is accepting death in the most beautiful way possible. At the end of a season,
Yeah, wow.
the season's final scene could show Harry with the Dursleys again, or leaving on the train, waving goodbye like in the Sorcerer's Stone. But man, the show is about Harry Potter, obviously, about the character. But having this season finale for me, the guys wouldn't go to Kinnan's Cove with an amazing sunset. Enjoy that place if it wasn't for a season finale.
Do you think it's going to be the final scene?
I think it's going to be the final scene of the season because it's going to leave a feeling like this story isn't just about Harry. This series exists for that. I think that's the final scene of the season.
Really?
I think so.
Casa Vintão.
People said Casa Vintão, but I think I'm already at a point where I'm rooting for it to be.
I already want it to be.
After all I imagined.
I have different thoughts. I think it would be beautiful. It would be really poetic. But I still have the feeling that we still have things to see.
Okay, for example, but having Harry back on Privet Drive would also be a season finale. Really cool. For example, after everything I've been through, after everything I've experienced, after everything I've learned, I'm back in this room. Remember that theory that everything was a dream for Harry? You remember, right?
I remember.
It might seem like that in the end.
It feels like that, right?
That feeling of, is everything I went through really true?
Yeah, I think the thing about ending the season, ending the finale, if it's that scene, you don't need to show Nicolau Flamel's burial, right? Also,
Oh no.
that's too much. It's something like,
It's a conversation.
yeah.
It's implied what's going to happen. The stone will be destroyed.
It's implied.
What will happen is obvious.
So I think it's a very beautiful, very poetic closing scene, right? But I get the feeling like,
A goodbye from Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
yeah, there is. Yeah, because we tend to think very chronologically when we're doing these things, right?
The Flamel scene doesn't need to be exactly...
In the last scene of the season,
No, it could be the last scene, but it doesn't have to happen exactly that way.
Dumbledore talks to Harry when he's in the hospital wing, and then that scene with Flamel has to happen before that. But maybe this series doesn't show it in a linear way, but it could have.
It could go back and forth between moments, you know?
yeah, not necessarily that conversation between the three of them up on the mountain is to say that the stone will be destroyed, like he says in the infirmary. But actually, it's just the farewell itself.
Exactly. It might be a farewell.
Like, it could be, I don't know, something like Harry talking to Dumbledore, something like that. Well, we decided we're going to destroy the stone. No, Nicolau decided he's going to destroy the stone and all.
And the conversation being a moment between them like, well, the stone is going to be destroyed and so on. And the stone.
And then, in the final scene, have that moment with Dumbledore there with them, you know? There can be moments, you know? Yeah, it will...
Be a lot because
Because we don't need to hold ourselves back. Like, oh, this scene is over. There will only be this scene.
oh no, we're gonna get really attached to the other characters in this first season. Not just in the first, but in all the others. Besides the main trio, the series will give you time to want more scenes with Snape, to want more scenes with Lila Brown, more scenes with Dino Thomas. Just examples, you know?
Thiago, you know why I'm really happy.
Just the fact that we already have these actors hired, like for Lila, for Parvati, you know?
It means we'll be able to have scenes we didn't have before, like Hermione in the girls' dormitory. You know,
Like, it's something we've never seen.
We've never seen it, right? So
We could have it.
I also thought of times like Goblet of Fire when they discuss the boys.
it's like,
You know,
That they're in this phase. You,
You understand? It's cool. It's cool, boy.
and not just that, right? There could be a lot of other things happening because Hermione is kind of left out by the other girls there, right? Yeah. So there are so many possibilities, and I get really excited about the expansion. Expansion is something that really excites me. Man. For example, here's an example I can use. I'm a huge fan of the Chocolate Frog cards, and it's an expansion. Yeah, because in the book we only have about 9. In the first book, about 9 names.
That's where we know they're on the cards.
The other hundreds of cards came into the game, right? When the game was made, and then Harry collected the cards. Yes.
J.K. Rowling created them. Their presence in the game doesn't change that. She made them and handed them over.
Like the Black Family Tree, the production team guys. Hey, we're making the tapestry because we need it. She said it was fine, but she made the family tree. It's here. Do you get it?
it's something we have to understand, too, that Harry Potter goes way beyond just what J.K. Rowling creates. Obviously, the main creation is hers, but we have so much contribution from different areas, you know? That contributes significantly to the universe's expansion. The series is one example.
She's approving everything that's happening. She's working closely there. She's providing information.
But there are also things that come from the writers, that come from Francesca Gardner, you know? Like, if we put this.
And now they have all the material available, right?
There's the book.
There are all the books.
You can tell who's important and who's not.
And I think that's going to be cool even for the actors, man, to know how to set the tone for the character's performance.
Dumbledore knows about his romance with Grindelwald, and Snape knows he loved Harry's mother. All the actors know as well.
Exactly.
Minerva, if you go deeper into her past, everything.
So they can base their performance on those things.
You know, like, that's going to be really cool.
You know what I think is important to mention? We talked about the beach thing, right? About Dumbledore casting the spell. And it's cool to mention some of the options people were imagining it could be. They suggested it could be Dumbledore casting the protection spell at the Potter's house, which I personally don't... it's a possibility. It's a possibility. But...
So I thought, I'll be honest, that was one of my...
Initial thoughts?
I guessed because when it came out, I freaked out, then wondered what it was.
What could this be?
So one of my ideas is, could it be, right? Now I'm almost sure it's not the...
Flamel?
Yeah, one of the ideas was, could it be that he's not?
Because we know that he extends the protection of Lily's sacrifice to Privet Drive. Could it be that this scene is from 1981 and he's extending this spell and all? At first I thought, okay.
It's not a bad thought, right? It's just that now we have some photos. If we didn't have those photos of Flamel,
Exactly.
at the end of the day, maybe he would just have doubts. It's very urgent. A lot of people speculated too. Dumbledore is already filming scenes from the last seasons of Half-Blood Prince. No,
Very hard. I mean, very hard. But it's not impossible.
it's impossible. No script exists, and it would take too long. The Enigma season won't be for about 5 years.
It's not like, okay, in the book, let's go. He's going to...
No.
It's not.
There's no script or direction. They're different directors and writers. We don't even know what production there will be like.
And it's a whole job. Exactly. It's a whole job that...
The focus is now in the present.
It's a job that, just so you know, to have a scene being filmed for the 6th season, you would need to have the script for the 6th season. You would need to have the storyboard. You would need to have everything. And it's not like that, no.
The industry doesn't work like that. They are very focused on the present. They deliver the first season, start pre-production on the second, and so on.
Man, I swear, I'll give you my left hand right here.
To you. Oh no, it's not a flashback. It's not a flashback. They talked about it being the cave scene from Tom Riddle. It's not that either, because that's part of the 6th season. So guys, do these scenes make sense when we really don't know what's going on? Speculation is fine, but we need to be more rational and consider they wouldn't do that.
And like, I see that usually it's just that it's very normal, right? We're very used to dealing with the whole production thing. So we understand. Of course, we get surprised. We don't know everything but technique, right? But we understand a little bit about how things work.
Man, what are they doing? How are they doing it, you know?
The 2nd season, it's still going to be filmed. They're going to finish the first one, and then after a little while, it's a shorter time. It's a shorter time.
I'll share this timeline with everyone. It's cool. The first season will be finished in May 2026, between April and May 2026. But here's the thing. They already start filming the 2nd season in July.
Exactly.
July 2026 to April or May 2027 is when the first season might be released. That means, guys, that they'll basically have 2 seasons already filmed by the time the first one airs. And then, in July of 2027, the filming of Prisoner of Azkaban begins.
Exactly. And
It hasn't even been released yet, and the second one will already be in post-production.
exactly. So that's how it is.
The schedule is ahead, it seems.
Exactly. They're doing it, but not filming together. It's not simultaneous. The last movie was, with everything shot at once and released in 2 parts. That's not it. It's very close. There's a 60-day difference. Almost a 90-day difference.
Let's say 3 months, which matches the pre-production time. Like Adriano Goldman said, they spent 18 weeks in pre-production for the Philosopher's Stone. So 4 months, maybe 3 months, 3 to 4 months.
So this schedule is very important. They're going to follow it. They're not filming any Chamber of Secrets or prisoner scenes, or even a Dumbledore scene, so they're not getting ahead of anything.
Because if you don't know how production works, if you don't know how things work as a fan, you just show up.
You probably picture Dumbledore on the beach. Yes, Dumbledore. We're not judging, and we're not criticizing.
If you think like that, it's all right. It's okay that you said it. It's fine that you said that, you know?
It's not a mistake, but it's just to clarify. Just so you can understand how it works.
It's very, very, very unlikely that they're filming other seasons. And
Stopping to reflect. At the beginning of next year, we'll start to get the first Philosopher's Stone material from the first season. Around the middle of the year, the first trailers and casting announcements and recordings for Chamber of Secrets.
Thigo, I'm going to live in...
No, guys, go ahead.
push those armchairs together, boo-boo. We have to sleep here since there's no other way.
No, guys, then we'll have it. We'll already have the Philosopher's Stone material.
Oh my god.
What happened there?
The Philosopher's Stone material, swallowing the Philosopher's Stone material, plus the Chamber of Secrets footage. So if you see us freaking out on Reels or TikTok next year,
You thought I worked a lot yesterday, but you won't see it.
it's not going to be a thing where you just work.
But look, I'm excited, you know? It's not going to be like that. It's going to be really cool.
The Lockhart cast, including Arthur Weasley, is coming out. It's going to be cool. When the Azkaban season arrives, it'll be something. Then, guys, that's when it gets crazy because that's Sirius Black. Yeah, Lupin, yeah.
Don't come at me with a whole episode about the Marauders, okay? Just wait and see what happens, man.
They're definitely going to show up. Wow, there are 1,001 possibilities, and I think we managed to...
Imagine us seeing Sirius in the beginning, the opening scene.
It's Pedro's death, the scene.
Did Casa see Casa turning 50?
So, Mano, is that how it's going to be? Him getting arrested.
The opening scene will be Sirius getting arrested. The explosion that killed the Muggles. Him, laughing in the street.
You can show Peter Pettigrew.
At this moment, don't show Peter Pettigrew dying. So, you got it, my friend? Go ahead.
It's going to be the opening. It's going to be the opening. I'm not even going to bet 20 on this one because, yeah, guys, it's not going to happen. But, hey.
Don't do this to me, or you'll see, because this won't make it to HBO's doorstep.
Guys, this is this episode of Sessão Reservada. It's coming out on...
Leaky Cauldron.
Leaky Cauldron. The next release will be on Observatorio Potter. We'll create and share the QR code as usual. Will you actually use this howler moment? So send questions, theories, messages to the podcast because we're going to start reading your messages. Just send it through the QR code.
Send your howler and the...
We'll have our howler moment. But I think we managed to answer the question well. What did Dumbledore go to do at the beach? Wasn't it for a beer by the sea? But I want that too. Leave in the comments what you thought.
Yes, leave it in the comments.
You leave your theory. We never want to dismiss your theory. That's not our mission. But whoever thinks about flashbacks is wrong. Yeah?
You can send that old theory there.
That's it. We had a great conversation today with lots of good discussion.
Did we forget to say anything?
I don't think so. We talked about the Dursleys' photos.
We talked about Dumbledore's spells.
About Latin, Flamel, and his wife.
Maybe something came out now, while we're here. Let me
see. You never know.
My God, I'm just kidding.
No, you startled me, but there's nothing.
Nothing came out.
Yeah, nothing happened yet, but it could at any moment. That's how it is, guys. Sometimes we just wait. Sometimes I go to the gym and I spend an hour without access to my phone. When I get out, it's chaos and shouting. You can't be without your phone these days. Dude, no, don't go out.
Thiego. Yesterday, I was like, Thiego, Flamel just dropped. And he was like, man, I'm at the barbershop. I said, are you crazy, my friend? I said, how can you get a shave on a day like today?
The guy with the hot towel on my face and no. And the world of Harry Potter on fire.
The little Harry Potter world happening and Diego here, elevator music.
Guys, all for you.
Hey, how's my beard looking, my friend?
Hey, all for you. Yeah.
I look like the prisoner of Azkaban. I didn't eat at all yesterday.
I said my priority now is the war effort.
I'm going to have lunch today. From yesterday, I'm going to have lunch today.
But you came with priorities and I was there shaving. No, guys, what's that? I worked a lot.
Katerina was like, Daddy, get out, kid. I'm recording. Just kidding. Never. She joined the video and entered the room laughing, asking if everything was okay, Daddy.
No, I said it's Flamel, and she laughed, so I asked, Honey, do you know who Flamel is?
She didn't. I was like, from the Philosopher's Stone. And she was like, oh.
I got it. Like, Katerina opens the door. Is everything okay, Daddy?
Daddy, you went crazy, right? She said she was fine. What a weirdo.
She's too young to say it now, but someday she'll say, Raisa, Daddy went crazy.
Imagine her.
When Sirius Black's casting is announced, you are...
You're crazy.
By then, I'll have my son and daughter.
2, a son and a daughter?
A son or a daughter, that's what I said.
What about twins, like Fred and George? You'll get through this. Why not name him Harry Potter?
Is it true?
Everyone asks about Katerina. I didn't say anything.
Did I tell you that my son's name will be Harry? No, just kidding.
Hermione.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Wow, Severina and Snape. Cool, right?
Right? Got it? It's Brazilian style.
Guys, I wanted to thank you once again. We're really happy with the result of this podcast. We managed to talk about everything. We answered the question yes. And as usual on our podcast.
Hold on. You didn't mention something we need to discuss.
What?
That Sessão Reservada made it to the top 10 most listened to podcasts.
Guys, we reached the top 20 in podcasts and placed in the television and cinema category, right?
Overall, podcast.
Trending, all thanks to you. Reminding everyone that we're on Spotify, also on audio platforms. We put it on Apple Podcasts too. You guys were asking for it. So everyone listen to us on Spotify.
While you're driving to work, we'll be there.
While you're taking a shower, we'll be there.
While you're enjoying your leisure time, we'll be there.
Reserved session. Not everything is that private.
I'm just kidding, man.
But guys, as usual, we're going to end the episode here. Let's finish with a reading of, I wonder which reading you'll pick. I didn't want to give one.
The one we agreed on at the beginning of the episode.
We didn't agree on anything? It's a surprise, guys, but that's it. Let's go. Come on. Make your moment there.
My moment. Good.
Nicolau and I had a conversation, and we agreed that this was better.
But that means he and the woman are going to die, right? They have enough elixir to get their affairs in order. So yes, they are going to die.
Dumbledore smiled when he saw the look of surprise on Harry's face.
For someone as young as you, I'm sure that sounds amazing.
But for Nicholas and Perenelle, actually, it's like going to bed after a very, very long day. After all, to a well-organized mind, death is just the next great adventure.
Gave me chills.
We're going to have that in the series, my friend.
That gave me chills. Guys, we're going to see it. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much for following along.
For listening to us, for watching us. No, for listening to us, for watching us. I can't even speak anymore. Guys, like, share, comment, and send the podcast to anyone following the series news. Let's do this together. If any breaking news comes out,
We'll let you know in advance.
we'll release an episode early and move it ahead. And that's it.
Only if it's released the day we record, right guys?
Yes, that's right. Not then. We'll also do the live episodes people have requested in the future.
In the future, it will happen. Who knows?
Live episode with a guest, but only a very special guest. Like an actor, a voice actor, you know?
It's only for very special guests.
The pranksters from YouTube?
It's not that special.
Yeah, we'll save that one for episode 100. No, man. No, that's it. Episode.
Episode 100. Okay.
You see, right?
Leo and Renee. So, would you guys be special? They are special, yes. Of course they are, guys. And we really want to make this happen one day.
Yeah, and it will happen.
Root for it to happen.
Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you at the next reserve session.
Thank you so much, everyone. We're really happy, Thiago. It's been amazing to do this project.
It's been wonderful to follow everything you all have been saying about Reserve Session.
How you all are following us. How happy you are too. We're really happy. Everything is being done with a lot of care. All the projects I do at caldeiraofurado, and those Thiago does, are very special and handled with great care. But this one, above all, is the fulfillment of a dream. So it's really cool to have you all following along with us here.
It's really great to be together in this phase with Thiago, since we've known each other for such a long time.
Hey brother, we've known each other a long time and made so much together. It's been amazing, so thank you. We'll see you in the next episode of Sessão Reservada. And Thiago, don't forget to lock the door.